This pattern of behavior allegedly goes all the way back to 1991 and continued until 2024. That's over 30 years of this madness. Busby described a sickening pattern where victims would be lured, drugged, and assaulted, often with multiple perpetrators, and then threatened to stay silent.
Typically, the victim is lured into a situation where he or she is given a drink. Typically, that drink, reported by these victims, is apparently laced with something. Once that drink takes effect, the perpetrators perform all kinds of sexual acts on the victims.
One victim told Busby that if you refused to drink what they handed you at these parties, you'd get kicked out. That was the admission fee, drinking something that was probably drugged. Another victim, who was 26, was picked up in an SUV, given one drink, and woke up the next day with injuries and missing her underwear and shoes. A pregnant woman who wasn't even drinking alcohol still got drugged at a dinner with Diddy in Miami and woke up in his bed with injuries. The stories just keep getting worse and worse. But we're just getting started, fam. Things are changing for Diddy and it's not looking good, especially now that Cassie Ventura's role in all this is about to blow his case wide open. Cassie's testimony and the shocking video evidence. If you don't already know, Cassie was Diddy's girlfriend for years, and she's now a central figure in this trial, like deadass the main witness who could put the final nail in his designer coffin. Her 2023 civil lawsuit against Diddy, which got settled within just one day without him admitting any wrongdoing, alleged years of physical and sexual abuse that had the whole industry shook but not surprised, since mad people been whispering about his behavior for the longest time, especially in them industry circles where everybody know everybody business but nobody want to speak on it until somebody else do it first. She claimed he forced her into sexual encounters with male sex workers while he watched, filmed, and sometimes joined in, turning what was supposed to be a loving relationship into something straight out of them horror movies. But the real game changer came when CNN aired that 2016 hotel surveillance video showing Diddy straight up beating, kicking, and dragging Cassie in a Los Angeles hotel hallway, exposing the raw, unfiltered truth that had been hidden behind closed doors and NDAs for way too long. If you ain't seen it yet, it's disturbing. The type of footage that makes your stomach turn and has you wondering how somebody with all that money, power, and influence could stoop so low and act so reckless knowing there are cameras everywhere in this day and age. This footage is now admissible evidence in the trial, thanks to Judge Aaron Subramanian, who wasn't buying none of them excuses Diddy's team was throwing out to keep that video from being seen by the jury, who you know was sitting there with their jaws on the floor when that footage played in the courtroom. Here's where it gets wild. On May 9th, 2025, Diddy's lead attorney, Mark Agnifilo, made a shocking admission in court that had everybody and their mama's mouths hanging open. He admitted that Diddy engaged in domestic violence with Cassie, straight up acknowledged what we all saw with our own two eyes in that hotel footage. But here's the twist. Agnifilo claimed it was mutual with hitting on both sides due to private issues like infidelity, and tried to argue it had nothing to do with sex trafficking or racketeering, basically trying to play it off like it was just some toxic relationship drama and not part of the bigger pattern of control and abuse that prosecutors been painting throughout this whole trial. This admission left the entire courtroom shook, with reporters frantically typing away on their phones and legal analysts exchanging glances. It's a rare acknowledgement of violence from Diddy's camp, though they're clearly trying to separate it from the bigger charges that could send him up the river. Cassie's testimony is expected to be absolutely explosive. She's lived the nightmare firsthand and is ready to tell her truth, no matter how many of Diddy's goons try to intimidate her or how many social media trolls try to question her character and motives for speaking out against one of the most powerful men in the music industry. The domestic violence video already corroborates her story, and now with Diddy's lawyer admitting to the violence while trying to minimize it, like it was just a little disagreement that got out of hand. Her credibility is stronger than ever, which got Diddy looking nervous every time he walked into that courtroom with his expensive suit that can't hide how stressed he's looking these days. The trial has also sparked the wider conversation about accountability in the music industry, which has been long overdue if we're keeping it a buck with ourselves about how these industry executives be treating young artists, especially women, like they personal property instead of human beings with dignity and rights. Music executive Ty Sticlorius wrote a New York Times op-ed recounting a disturbing encounter at a Diddy-hosted yacht party in her 20s, suggesting this toxic culture enabled such behavior for years while everybody just looked the other way and cashed their checks. She highlighted how figures like Diddy and R. Kelly were allowed to operate with impunity for decades, having people around them who were more concerned with keeping the money flowing than protecting vulnerable people from being abused and exploited by them, who had all the power in the situation. Beyond the criminal trial, Diddy faces dozens of civil lawsuits that are going to have his legal team working overtime and his bank account taking hit after hit for years to come, no matter how this criminal case plays out. Attorney Andrew Van Arsdale plans to file even more after the trial, saying many clients fear retaliation if Diddy gets acquitted, did, which speaks volumes about how much power and influence he still got, even while sitting at the defendant's table every day. This saga is far from over, even after the criminal case concludes, and the culture gonna be feeling the ripple effects of this whole situation for a hot minute, making everybody in the industry reevaluate who they working with and what they willing to tolerate just to stay connected to the money and the lifestyle. Racial tensions have also entered the courtroom drama, adding another layer to this already complicated case that got everybody picking sides based on all kinds of factors beyond just the evidence being presented. Mark Garagos, part of Diddy's legal team, caused controversy when he called the prosecution a six-pack of white women on a podcast.
I've only seen a couple of them, or know of a couple of them, but my understanding is you got a six-pack of white women.
That's not coincidental.
It's very interesting to me.
This prompted a rebuke from Judge Subramanian, who wasn't trying to hear none of that outside the courtroom commentary affecting what's happening inside, where the real decision's being made. The comment had social media buzzing for days, with people debating whether race is playing a role in how this case is being prosecuted and covered in the media, which always happens when a successful black man faces serious charges in America. On the lighter side, TMZ reported that Diddy's legal team is outshining the prosecution in the battle of fashion, with their stylish courtroom attire causing a stir among spectators who be sitting in them hard wooden benches all day just to catch a glimpse of the proceedings that might go down in legal history. Leave it to Diddy to still be worried about the drip, even while fighting for his freedom. Even facing serious time, man's team showing up looking like they stepped out of GQ magazine, while the prosecution keeping it basic with their standard issue government worker fits. That got about as much flavor as unseasoned chicken at a potluck. Some of y'all might be wondering why these victims are just coming forward now, after all these years, like they just now remembered all this stuff happened to them back in the day. Carrie Paul, a national victim advocate, addressed why survivors often don't report these crimes.
It's not easy for any survivor to come forward. Our culture doesn't believe survivors. It blames and questions them. Instead of showing support, many choose to enable abusers. The media runs stories asking why it took so long for survivors to come forward, instead of asking what barriers exist.
Moving on, we'll break down Diddy's defense strategy and his desperate attempts to change the tide of his trial, which looking more and more like a sinking ship with each new witness and piece of evidence that the prosecution brings forward. Because these accusations and evidence, they're looking real bad for him right now, and all them fancy lawyers and designer suits in the world might not be enough to convince that jury that he ain't done what everybody's saying he done, especially with that hotel video playing on repeat in their minds every time they look at his face sitting there at the defense table, trying to look innocent, but coming off more like somebody who just now realizing that his money and fame might not be enough to get him out of this jam. Diddy's defense and obstruction attempt. So far, Sean Diddy Combs has pleaded not guilty to all charges and rejected a plea deal just last week, a decision that has his legal advisors and industry connections absolutely beside themselves with concern, while the prosecution is basically high-fiving behind closed doors. His team seems confident in their defense, claiming that these freak-offs were actually consensual swinger activity, not exploitation, which is like, seriously, the most tone-deaf argument they could possibly make, given the overwhelming evidence and testimony suggesting otherwise from multiple alleged victims. This man is really out here trying to say all this was just some adult fun between consenting participants, as if we're all supposed to just ignore the power dynamics, the allegations of drugging people, and that horrifying hotel surveillance footage that the whole country has now seen. According to former bodyguard Gene Deal, who spilled the tea during his recent podcast appearance that went totally viral in the neighborhood Facebook groups, Diddy is making a huge mistake by not taking the plea deal that would have substantially reduced his potential sentence. And honestly, even my book club ladies who usually only discuss romance novels are saying he should have taken whatever deal was on the table rather than risk facing what could essentially be a life sentence if convicted on all counts.
Because if he thinks he's going to get out of this from the federal government, he out his mind. They in the process of plea bargaining, trying to do a plea bargain session with him, and he not taking it.
Diddy's legal team has even tried to dismiss one charge by claiming it disproportionately targets non-white defendants. They're playing the race card, while his lawyer, Mark Garagos, is out here calling the prosecution a six-pack of white women. He also described the government's use of the Intercontinental Hotel video surveillance as character assassination.
They've taken that video, they meaning the prosecution, they've recast it. They've said, no, this isn't about domestic violence. This isn't about whatever was going on between the two of them. Really, to my mind, is character assassination.
Woo, this defense strategy
When
is
it works,
getting
it
messy,
works.
y'all. But what's really wild is
That's
what
crazy.
Diddy's been doing from inside
When
the
it works,
Metropolitan
it
Detention
works.
Center in Brooklyn, where he's been locked up since September 2024. According to federal prosecutors, this man has been engaging in a relentless scheme to
Yeah, I would've
corruptly
recast that more.
influence witness testimony. How's he doing it? The feds say he's been using other inmates' phone access codes after paying at least 8 inmates to let him use their accounts, basically throwing commissary money around. They also say he has been making three-way calls to bypass restrictions, showing that jail tech ain't no match for a desperate billionaire with connections. Diddy has also been using a service called Contact Me ASAP to facilitate unauthorized communications, being all sneaky with it, and finally instructing family members, including his adult sons, to contact potential witnesses, getting the whole family involved in this mess. During a pre-planned nationwide sweep of prison facilities, authorities seized a notebook from Diddy's cell that allegedly detailed his efforts to contact witnesses and strategize defense tactics. His lawyers tried to claim attorney-client privilege, but prosecutors maintained the search was lawful and that notebook wasn't protected by no privilege. Diddy is also accused of trying to influence public opinion from behind bars. He allegedly orchestrated a social media campaign, including a video posted by his son Justin, showing Diddy's children singing a birthday tribute to him for his 55th birthday in November 2024 that had all them suburban moms in the comments talking about prayers for the children while completely missing the point.
Happy birthday to keep going, yeah.
Prosecutors claim Diddy believed this would have his desired effect on potential jury members,
this is
basically trying to soften his image like he's just some loving father instead of somebody facing serious federal charges. This man is so
Well,
desperate
here's the
that
thing.
he's
He could
allegedly
be both. He could be a loving father that is facing federal charges. Let's just be honest with that, all right? It doesn't mean he's innocent. He could be a loving father and at the same time be a terrible human being to other people.
asking family members to promote specific narratives on social media to affect the jury pool, having them post throwbacks and positive stories. The prosecutors say he's trying to counteract the negative portrayal of him and undermine the credibility of the charges, but the streets ain't buying it, and neither is the judge. And all this sketchy behavior is why Judge Aaron Subramanian denied Diddy's bail request in November 2024, citing compelling evidence of his propensity for obstruction, shutting him down. This man offered a $50 million bail proposal and still got denied. That tells you how serious the judges are taking these allegations. Like, nah, bruh, keep all your millions. You stand right here where we can watch you. The prosecution has faced some challenges, though. It ain't all smooth sailing for them. They're having difficulty contacting one key witness identified as Victim 3, who was expected to testify about being coerced into sexual acts by Diddy. This development suggests that Diddy's alleged efforts to influence witnesses might be working, though no direct link has been confirmed. But everybody in the courtroom exchanging them side eyes like they know what's really going on. Busby's law firm has collected some disturbing evidence about these alleged assaults. Many victims who sought medical treatment were found to have unusual drugs in their system, including a horse tranquilizer called xylazine or Tranq that ain't meant for no human consumption. The pattern was consistent. Victims would be lured in with promises of industry connections and opportunities, given a drug drink that had them feeling weird before they even finished it, assaulted while they couldn't properly consent or resist, and then threatened to stay silent unless they wanted to find themselves blacklisted from the industry or worse.
Typically, the victim is lured into a situation where he or she is given a drink.
I'm bored.
Typically,
I'm bored.
that drink,
Genuinely
reported by these victims, is apparently laced with something.
Yeah, fuck me.
Once that drink takes effect, the perpetrators perform all kinds of sexual acts on the victims.
Busby said these aren't just isolated incidents. They happened across New York, California, and Florida, often at parties, after parties, album release events, or auditions. Young people looking to break into the industry were allegedly coerced with promises of stardom.
Most of these events and incidents occurred at parties, typically after
right
parties.
When the piece
album
is taken
release
out,
parties,
then I get the white
New Year's
land.
Eve parties,
no.
4th of July parties, something they call the puppy party, the all-white party.
It's fine.
Although several of these events occurred at auditions. Many times, especially young people wanting to break into the industry, were coerced into this type of conduct.
But here's the kicker. Busby says Diddy wasn't the only one involved. There were other perpetrators and enablers, including cowardly but complicit bystanders who watched this behavior occur and did nothing, as well as those who participated and encouraged it.
They will be revealed when that particular individual case is ready to be filed.
I gotta get this story.
They already know who they are. And I'm talking here about not just the cowardly but complicit bystanders. That is, those people that we know watched this behavior occur and did nothing. And I'm talking about the people that participated.
These defendants won't just include individuals. Busby is also looking at corporate entities who profited.
Here's the thing, though. Diddy didn't do it alone. The fact that he's standing trial alone is what's there. That's what gets to my mind, because I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, right? He didn't do it alone. He had help. I think I'll go with this one. Yeah. He didn't do it alone. He had help. There was a whole team around him. You guys have to go after everybody. It's not right.
From this behavior, including banks.
And no, I am not defending Diddy or anything. I'm just saying, if you're gonna go after the people, go after everybody, because you just removed one person. Yes, a key person, but you just removed one person. What's to stop the next person from coming in and doing it again? I don't want that. Right? Like, what's to stop the next person from doing it again? Because you guys only took one person out. There's a whole structure underneath that you haven't removed. There's a whole structure there. And you have to take the structures apart in order to actually dismantle the whole thing. So you're going after one person, doesn't tell me anything.
Pharmaceutical companies and hotels. He believes many of these complicit parties are currently desperately searching their memories as they delete their text and data.
I would imagine, as we speak here, there are a myriad of people who are very nervous. You can't hide skeletons in the closet forever. I would expect there are many people out there right now who are desperately searching their memories as they delete their text and data.
The most heartbreaking part of all this is the impact on the victims, who've been carrying these heavy burdens for years, while Diddy been living his best life on yachts and in mansions like nothing ever happened. One young male victim told Busby that had Diddy not been in power, he felt like he could have been something great, but he quit the industry because of what Sean Combs did to him. As we wrap up this video, it's important to remember that this is far from over, like we only in the first quarter of what's going to be a long-ass game with mad overtime. The trial is just beginning, and with 120 civil lawsuits in the pipeline and potentially more victims coming forward as they see others breaking their silence, this could be a watershed moment for accountability in the entertainment industry that's been sweeping dirt under the rug since way back. This shit bigger than just Diddy. It's about all them industry execs watching this case closely, wondering if they might be next to get exposed for the toxic culture they helped create and maintain while counting their money in corner offices. Courtney Burgess, who's known Diddy for decades, summed up his view of Diddy's transformation.
I guess he was ambitious. He was then from ambitious went to doing anything. Then from doing anything to didn't care about nobody, who he could beat, and then he ended up turning to Lucifer. And today, I look at him. I know y'all call him Diddy or Puffy. I call him Lucifer.
That's all for today's breakdown, fam. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on this case as it develops. And let me know in the comments what you think about all these allegations. Is Diddy cooked, or does he still have a chance to beat these charges? Drop your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this video, click on the cards on your screen for more content. After years of victims speaking out, Diddy is finally in jail, and it seems he may be locked up for life. The crimes he has committed for decades have suddenly caught up with him. Not only has he been accused of paying for Tupac's murder, but he may have had something to do with Michael Jackson's death. Stay tuned, because you are in for a wild ride. From publicly shooting a woman in the face to drugging and sexually assaulting a woman in the 1990s, Diddy has never seen the light of day again. Diddy finally arrested. In a shocking twist, the music industry is rocked as Sean Diddy Combs, the legendary rapper and mogul, has been arrested and charged with sex trafficking. The 54-year-old was detained at the Park Hyatt Hotel in Manhattan, leaving fans and the public in disbelief. This high-profile arrest comes amid a wave of allegations and lawsuits accusing Combs of sexual assault. The charges are serious, and the court has ordered him held without bail. On the morning of Tuesday, September 17th, the music world was shaken to its core. Sean Diddy Combs, a name synonymous with hip-hop royalty, was arrested at the Park Hyatt Hotel in Manhattan. The 54-year-old music mogul, known for his larger-than-life persona and influence in the industry, was taken into custody by officers in a dramatic turn of events. The arrest took place at the luxurious Park Hyatt Hotel, a location that epitomizes the opulence and success that Diddy has enjoyed throughout his career. However, on this fateful day, the hotel became the backdrop for a scandal that would send shockwaves through the entertainment industry. Damian Williams, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, announced that the arrest was based on a sealed indictment. While the specific charges were not immediately disclosed, the gravity of the situation was evident. With no charges attached to Diddy's name, the internet went wild with speculation. One of the crimes the internet thought Diddy had been arrested for was the assault on his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, which was caught on camera. Although Cassie and Diddy had already settled their case out of court, there was wide speculation that the video may have been used to get Diddy behind bars. The other crime that people thought could have landed Diddy behind bars.
This whole we're done with this for that. Like, it's a lot, but I need something solid if I'm going to be sitting here going up against these boom crappy ass decks, or just the way the algorithm is moving right now. So I'm just gonna see what we got here. Oh yeah, O'Shea, come on, I want to hear.
When two celebrities come together, they bring the extremities of their fan bases. Let's look at Jay-Z and Beyonce. Now, Jay-Z is from the legendary Marcy Projects. He was a rapper / dope dealer. He brings that street credibility, the hardcore gangster kind of guy, the street savvy guy, as a fan to his fan base. Beyonce has a completely different audience. The Beehive, real girly women. Like, these are two different fan bases. So if these two ever got into it, Jay-Z's fans and Beyonce's fans are just different. It's not hating on Jay-Z or hating on Beyonce. Their audiences are just different. That's just how it was. But luckily, they're still married. In the case of DDG and Halle Bailey, they also have two different fan bases. DDG has a young, predominantly African-American male audience. He's a streamer and a rapper. And Halle Bailey has a fan base that's probably very similar to Beyonce, but in a younger generation. If something happens with the two of them, are we hating on black men or black women? Not really. It's just fan bases. It's how it works. But now, since Halle Bailey has filed a restraining order and has received temporary custody of Halo, DDG's son, people are trying to spin this as if this is all about black men hating black women.
For Made to be mental health awareness, I just think it's so ironic how this week alone has been so mentally taxing, at least for black women. But what else is new? Like, every day, some of y'all get on this app and show how much y'all hate black women. And it's funny that you feel that way when some of y'all are black, have black mothers, or are black men. The audacity of y'all. Like, it's actually very weird. Like, it's so weird when a story comes out about something happening, the black woman is a liar. And there's all these think pieces about how she's not telling the truth. But what if she is?
So in this instance, the presenter is saying, not everything that's about black women is lying. Like, why are we acting like black women are always lying and not telling the truth on black men? And on the other hand, you black men are just, hating on black women anyway, and Mental Health Week, and all of these other situations that, for many of us, we don't think it has anything to do with the topic. But she continues.
And regarding this whole DDG situation, y'all, social media is not a real place. I don't care how present you see somebody on social media, it's social media. I can post 10 videos a day, and whatever I post is what I want you to see. We don't know what happened, and I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. Stop being so quick to say a black woman is lying.
And she isn't the only one.
I feel for Halle because just like so many other women, I'm sure she wanted to be a family, raise Halo in a house with DDG and everything, and he didn't want it. He wasn't ready for it. And now that she got to heal herself and go out here and learn how to be a mother by herself with her son, this MF is manipulating the media to try to make it look like she don't want to let him be a damn father to his son. Trifling, yo. Never once has DDG told us what the visitation schedule is. Never once. You know what I'm saying? I can guarantee you this man is trying to just move however he wants to, pop up whenever he wants to. Even though he didn't want to be a family with her, thinks that he's still supposed to have 100% access to her and his son, because my son is over there, I should be able to pop up when I want to.
Now it's funny, DDG himself came on the post on TikTok and said, let me smell your gap. And it was actually him, because that page has 6.9 million followers. But now this statement that Damson Idris said a year and a half ago is now resurfacing, and people are now resharing it. He says here, I see so much unprovoked hatred towards black women today by predominantly grown black men, especially towards our young stars that are just trying to do their thing. The compulsion to humble these women perhaps makes you feel like more of a man. I promise you, you aren't men to us. A New Year's is approaching, grow up. Now, this has been reshared now, and people are actually believing that Damson Idris put this up recently. One person wrote, he just trying to get brownie points in the shade room. Ain't nobody hating on nobody. This person says, nah, this is atrocious levels of pandering. He trying to get a little pat on the back from the shade room. This person says he's talking about DDG, and the list goes on. And we gotta understand a lot of things are happening right now. The Tory Lanez situation is going on with him getting stabbed, and Meg Thee Stallion. Then you have Cassie, who's part black and Diddy. And now you have this. And again, it's easy to throw black men under the bus to say that, you know what, black men are just hating on these black women for no apparent reason. And we understand that sometimes, or even many times, that can happen, right? I'm gonna be honest, and I'm a guy that's typically pro-male, especially pro-black male on this channel, but I will be honest. Yes, I do see unprovoked hatred towards black women by grown black men. I've seen it many times, right? I know it works the other way around, but I'm talking about what he says. Have I seen this? Absolutely, all right? And any black man who's honest can attest that they have seen this, especially towards young stars. Have they seen this? Yes, okay? Now, we can argue and debate if you feel that that hatred is called for, and in the case of Holly Bailey or Chloe Bailey, which he has relationships with, but yes, I have seen this. The question is, does this apply to this situation? And for me, the answer is no, it does not. And here's what happens when a lot of that hatred comes true. You see, DDG as a young man, he's not perfect, and nobody is, right? He must take accountability for his mistakes or his mistreatment towards women. But one thing that I do like about DDG is he never tried to really tarnish Holly Bailey's image. He never said that, you know, she was like this, or she was a 304, or she was so evil. He was simply saying that I can't see my son. And he didn't know how to internalize it, because so many black men, when they have a woman that has a particular public image and you don't want to come out and get castigated, or even if it's, you know, in your own local town or however it is, and it is your son's or daughter's mother, and you don't want her to be looked at in a certain way, but you can't express yourself, you're scared because things are not going your way. Now, once you start to talk about these things, and then you get pretty much demonized for it, and let's say, for example, somebody is lying on you, and lying on black men does happen, because we know that women feel, or some women feel, like they can get away with it. And so a lot of these black men, when they want to internalize their pain or talk about it, they're automatically shut up, okay? And then so if they don't say nothing is down bad, if they do say something is down bad, and then we want to talk about this hatred that sometimes black men may have towards their situations, towards their baby moms, or towards black women, in this way, it has in some level been festered by the neglect of black men in their situation. I'm not excusing it, it's still not an excuse, but it is something that can happen. And the reality is, when it comes to DDG and these allegations that he hit her, and I understand, like, hey, she was granted a protective order, and there's some things that basically are against the young man. But if this was the case, in my honest opinion, a police report should have been filed, he should have been put in jail, and all of these things should have happened. And I've also heard from his own friends that she has hit him or put her hands on him and the like, okay? The reality is, a lot of the young men, or men in general, and even women that are supporting DDG, what they see is a frustrated young father, okay? So this is why DDG is so important. People can empathize with DDG because it's happened to them, okay? And when they look at Holly Bailey, it's just not, it's Holly Bailey. It's somebody that they can empathize. A woman who, for whatever reason, is having a tough time letting her baby daddy see the son because something didn't work out, all right? this is why people are so animated about this thing. Because when you see DDG, you may have seen yourself. And when you see Holly Bailey, you have may seen yourself. And what a lot of black men have understood is that, hey, the child has been weaponized against me because I don't want to be with her anymore. Or the child has been weaponized against me because I don't want to do what she's asking me to do. And so when you want to speak up against that, what they're now doing is saying that you have a hatred towards black women. A lot of black men need to understand this because a lot of liberal black blogs started bringing this up. The blogs that love the black community. Let's look at The Root. The Root was one of the first people to go head on and throw this out there. Again, this is Damson Idris not really running with this, but they started going and looking at Twitter posts for basically coming out and resharing this, and now they've written the whole articles, okay? This is what they're doing. Not only The Root, you have the Atlanta Black Star, you have Bossip. All of these black female-led agenda magazines are saying that black women are being attacked. And in my honest opinion, that's not what I'm seeing. And Damson Idris may have been talking about something else, but in this case, I don't think it applies because nobody was hating on Holly Bailey for no reason before, okay? If this post went up like 7 months ago, 4 months ago, or whatever else, like nobody would care about what's going on. But for the fact that he does have a restraining order, he couldn't see his son, they're more dealing with that. And so now what we're doing is we're moving the goalposts when it comes to issues that black men face, and everything is turned to, well, you just have a problem with black women because you're just a punk, or you're not a real man, or your criticisms of black women are coming from a misogynistic nature. And this is what black men gotta really be careful of in your behavior in today's time, because you can be right about what you're saying. And depending on how you say it or what's going on in your life, it's easy for somebody to pull the victim card. And I'm gonna tell you like this, a lot of black men are just tired. A lot of black men got baby mama fatigue, meaning that every time I wanna see my son or have a conversation with you, then there's an excuse. Or let's go ahead on and move the goalposts again. And again, when I'm seeing black men argue on Twitter, it's not about a black or a black man or a black woman thing. This is what I see a lot of black women doing, trying to make it that. Because either this is their defense mechanism or we are refusing to discuss the problems that are happening in the system. And so what this does, this even brings black men and black women further apart. And I mean, when you look at a lot of these guys saying that I don't want to be in relationships anymore, or I don't want to date or marry women anymore, I just want to go ahead on and clap cheeks, or I want to go to another country and do it. Well, when you have this situation where everything is always a victim party or victimizing everything you do, then how are these black men going to look at it? They're going to put themselves in situations where they don't have to encounter that. And then these same women will sit back and say, these black men don't want to date nobody, they're weak, they're sorry, and all of this. And it's like, okay, well, is it you want these black men to take accountability and then you don't? Or what is it at this point? And I just think that it's just a reach. Like, this is a reach. Even when I'm on X and I'm seeing these conversations, I'm just seeing people talking about the fact that Holly Bailey is lying, or DDG is abusive, or vice versa, but neither of this is a black female, black male conversation. It's another way to pull the divide out there and to cause drama and to give Holly Bailey a pass to do whatever she's doing, which I think is sick. If she's wrong, okay, she's wrong. And if he's wrong, then he's wrong. But this is not a black man hating a black woman thing. This is an American thing too. A lot of white guys see this happening. Anybody in America, this happens to you. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Dick Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all of you. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.
Liberals hate to see it, but President Trump is on a roll.
He seemed to be adios amigos. People were writing his political obituary. He is rising from the dead like Methuselah. Look at this. Hello, Trump's net approval rating among voters. This is the Reuters Ipsos polling. Look at this. In late April, he was 8 points underwater. But look at where he was in the most recent poll among voters. He's up 7 points to a -1 point net favorability rating. Donald Trump's not just doing better than he was doing in late April of 2025. He's doing considerably better than he was doing at this point in term number one, about 10 points better than he was doing at this point in term number one.
Oh well, that was my
47's riding high in the polls after delivering a Middle East masterclass, Jessica, bringing home trillions in new U.S. investments from the Gulf states. And yet, he still found time to clap back at Bruce Springsteen's overseas meltdown, where the boss called him corrupt and treasonous. Trump saying Bruce is, quote, just a pushy, obnoxious jerk.
That was a bad play.
Who fervently supported crooked Joe Biden. This dried out prune of a rocker, his skin is all atrophied, ought to keep his...
Jesse, no. All right, something else. That was really bad on my part. First strike. Jeez, Lord have mercy. I don't know what the hell was that. No, I have to redo this deck. I don't like the way this thing flows. I don't like anything about it. I just picked it up again and all right, let's figure this out. Let's see what we have here. Let's double check. Cruise control prowess when we. Okay, let's try this. Alright, let's try. Alright, so let's try with these guys, right? We want 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you also, yes. Now where's the you here that I actually do like? You. There you go. We're trying to speed you up a little bit. I don't like that. It's cool. No, no, no. Yes, it's good. No, we're not doing that. Let's cut it down. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Let's see this. We'll just. Okay, we're at 2 point that. Okay. Now what I want is. Let's do that. Cool. I don't like this. All right. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like that. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. Let's go here. Just that. Yeah, let's see all those. Actually, there are a few that I did come here early. I didn't see anything I really like. But I do like the idea of this. Well, no, I don't think I can cast it from the graveyard. Because it's a dragon in the graveyard. I mean, I can cast it at instant speed. Shoot, tab, draw a card, do this, flip on that. It's kind of too cute. I don't want to be doing all that extra stuff. Yes, this one, yes. I mean, drawing and then feeling the graveyard, yes. We want these. That we want. You stay. A board wipe. Instant speed board wipe. I'm not trying to do that. Okay, so yes. I'm not trying to play counter spells either. That is good. I misplayed on that one. Extra combats. I'd rather more evasion. can't block me. I only need one combat, right? I don't want to do. I want to do it now. Create 2. Okay, we can see maybe. We definitely want to probably do some of it. I definitely want to try. Yeah, I'm not doing that. We're not slowing people down. I'm not trying to slow you down. It's not interesting. Okay, maybe. But I do. Oh. Alright, let's see what we have. Reset, just give me these from here. Let's just stick to those first. Ugh. Okay, we don't have many. And he's gonna go to my graveyard. Ooh, nice. I think I want to I want to fill my graveyard. So drawing and discarding is pretty much what I want to be doing. What am I looking for, really? I mean, I can get anything I want. Where are you? Okay. So I want to cut some things. Draw, discard is definitely something I want to do. So because I can just redo that. Let's see. All right. So all right. Compulsions. Something I want. I like you. To keep things flashback. I like that too. Ooh, I do want to hit you though. You're on this crown, and I don't know that thing. I want to play with a little bit of the Jeskai Ascendancy's draw discard. This goes really well with that Jeskai Ascendancy draw discard thing. Cool. I like these. I like these. I like this. Oh yeah, I like this. Okay, yeah, I like that. The harmonizing works really well with that. Okay. We're not really doing that. Yeah, we're not really doing that. Yes, I like that better. I know there's a lot more, but I'm just gonna go with those. Ooh. Mr. Researcher. Mr. Researcher, I kinda like you. Okay. I know I took you out, but I put you back in because now yeah, the coal. That's just for the boost. Okay, we'll try. I want to cut 2 cards. I'm iffy about some of them. Oh, these guys. Yeah. Oh, that's much better. That's how we die. doing non-combat damage. Oh, we know we're doing combat damage. It's okay. No, you stay. Okay, let's see. Yeah, goodbye. I know, I want to minimize. I know, I do to add a couple of, but I just don't like using those, I don't like using these cards. This one, I'm just using it because I'm a hypocrite on this part. I guess that's what it is, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna leave this one the way it is. Okay, we gotta cut one more though. This is something I'm testing out to see if it'd be pretty good. Because to mobilize one and get powers for each creature you control and get the boost from Narset, pretty good. Alright, but the other ones is just because it's a mobilized card and it just creates dudes, but it does work well with the Ocelot Pride and but we don't gain life. Let's see how much life we gain. Oof, we do not have enough life gain. That's not good. Alright, so let's go here. We need an instant or sorcery or something like that. Or something we can cast from the graveyard. So is there something we can cast from the graveyard? I mean, this is good, but I don't. I also changed a lot of dynamics, huh? Because if we're going to be doing that, we're going to have to remove something else. Because then we only have these cards that gain life. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if we shift and add some more life gain, we're taking from somewhere else. So we're trying to go wide, but the life gain is important. This I can recast from the graveyard. It's pretty much the only one you can recast from the graveyard. Right. This relies on it, but it gets big, so it needs your commander to really do it, but it does get big. So if that's the case, I should probably put more instant speed buff, or yes, instant speed buffs to buffs and protections, right? So if I do like Brave the Elements, let's see. Yeah, this one. This one's pretty good. Let me see how many. Alright, 28. How many of them are creatures? How many white creatures do I have? That would have been nice to have a breakdown of that. Because if you're looking at this right now. Well, okay. Yes, my commander is safe. A couple of my tokens are white, right? Like, this one's good. Johnny's safe. Ocelot's safe. A good majority of them. Jason won't be safe, but I mean, whatever. Sir, your prowess is good, and you really are good. But I need to. Anyway, first of all, let's do this Brave the Sands things. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is very underused. Brave the Sands and Brave the Elements. Now, Brave the Sands gives our creatures vigilance, and each creature we control can block an additional creature. So now our little tokens can now take on a lot of like they gonna be him, okay? So I think that's what we want to do. We want to keep it this way. I like this idea right here, and it also, this is an instant speed. Even though we wanted to add more instant speed, we end up adding that. But I mean, it's Brave the Sands. Vigilance and blocking additional creatures. I think that's just really good. And we can also cast it from the graveyard again, and we can cast it from the graveyard. Even though not exactly what we're going for, but we can cast it from the graveyard. So that's good. Sorry, Jace. Hey, Abbott, you're really good. Built-in prowess. Built-in card advantage, I guess. because you get to draw a card. You don't really. It's temporary. You get to draw the card. You can play that turn. I don't know. I wish it was like a surveil or draw discard. I would rather a draw discard over the exile, because if it's in my graveyard, I can actually recast it, as opposed to if it's in exile, I can't go back and cast it again. So, let's see. I can't spell for shots. Alright, so, and then we also want things with, say, now let's see. Aha! Boom, I like this one. Hello, sir, we forgot about you. Oh, obviously it's pretty good. We're playing that. And, prowess, haste, whenever this guy's faced, dang it. But yeah, prowess and haste, which is pretty good. But is it better than Abbot of Caro Keep good? First of all, this guy's good. We're casting him from wherever he is. But this is just so good. Is it though? Or you just like it? So Fugitive Codebreaker, let's see. It's a 2/1 with haste and prowess. Disguise 5. This cost is reduced by 1 for each instant sorcery card in your graveyard. Oh, okay, so yeah, this guy's good. Whenever it's faced up, you discard your hand, then draw 3 cards. Yeah. It's okay. Because my graveyard it's filling my graveyard. I know you're not doing the fill in the graveyard, you're part of the test. And because you also have Menace, you're lucky. Menace is lucky, but that's just me giving an excuse for you. But I still have to cut, and instead of cutting, I ended up going up cards. That's just beautiful. Okay. Alright. But all this you can't play for me, so that means you Abbott probably has to go, but you want to keep your mana curve down though. Let's see. Brains all over the place. Okay, so let's do this. Let's Abbott, where are you? But that's still card advantage. You are a pet deck. I mean a pet card. I mean a really good card, but a pet card. I like it, but just I mean, that Ward 2 is really good, though. But, I mean, if that's the case, you might as well just put in, the enchantment from, Lord of the Rings. 2-drop. Gives them Ward 1, but it gives everything Ward 1. Where are you, sir? I know you're here. There you are. I like it, but not gonna lie, I keep being impressed by this guy, but this is 3. I think I want to keep my CMC at 3 minimum. It's just better. It gives me a higher chance of hitting everything. I mean, that's the idea behind it, right? So if these guys have to be really good. We're not really playing. Okay, we're playing 30-some creatures. 36 creatures. God dang. Okay. Something's got to give. I think I go down in creatures. Reason being that we're adding these creatures that create other creatures, and even though they might be temporary, we're really just trying to rush and bum rush them. So, yeah. But the Valkyrie is a bit high. That's if we get to like the late game. Alright, we get into the late game whenever a non-token, but I mean, it comes in, makes it bigger. Non-token, non-angel. It becomes an angel, so you can't do it again. So it's kind of like a because I think it's too much. The CMC is too high. It's only 5. I know. I get it. But we also did cut Treasure Cruise. Even though Treasure Cruise is a 1 CMC card, and you can just put it back in and then keep the Treasure Cruise. It's not like you recast your grave. I mean, yes, you do. You do cast your graveyard. No, duh. That's why. That's probably why. Yeah, we take out Treasure Cruise because it does eat your graveyard. Yeah, okay, that was a good part to remove that. Okay, cool. So, if we're looking at this now, we need to cut 5 cards, and we were still on the Abbott part, and this guy too. For 3 mana and 2 life, transform this thing. Do you know what I actually do want though? Yeah, let's do that. Alright, we're doing this. Where are you? And then you, just because you have flying, that's why you're staying. That's fine. We don't worry about that. Let's see. Yeah. Surf. You are just something I want to test out. So I'm trying to see. Alright, 2 more. We did just make an idea to cut those, yeah. Vigilance, mobilize 3, but it's going to. No. Yeah, but you're relying on your commander too much. Is it good on its own on an empty board field? Gives you 3 guys. They die. So what do you do when your guys die? They pop in, they hit, they die. How is that benefiting you? Yes, you're hitting them, but you gotta get something off of them leaving the field too. You have something on them coming in with the War Leader's Call. You took out the Perforos. You took out the other guy, right? So we're just switching in and out. Yeah. I like this for the flying, the haste, and the prowess. It's just good. Oh. There's another one. But first you have to cut. I like that. Okay, so let's cut. And then we can go with that one. But keep that in your back of your mind. The other one that does the same thing where you draw and discard. I'll test the Kaito out at on an open board. I have nothing. I play Kaito, I minus Kaito, I create a token. So now I have 2 permanents on the battlefield that they have to deal with, right? The token can protect Kaito, Kaito protects itself. So they have to, that's at least some life going away, right? Going to the other person, and I mean, some life that they're not hit me for. So that's why Kaito's staying, right? You're staying because you're a land, and you're also a spell. I can cast you. I can play you for a land, or discard you to one of the spells for a benefit, and then just recast you again to pop something up to your hand. So pretty versatile. On an empty board, I draw a land, or at least I draw something to bounce something back. So on an empty board, it's pretty good. The floor, pretty good. Ceiling, you return something to their hand, remove a blocker, hit them in the face, remove a temporary stasis or something, hit them to the face, and then goes to the graveyard. You can do it again. If your commander's out, if there's anything else that actually casts things from the graveyard, which you don't have, which you probably should do things that gives you flashback. But yes, if you do that, you still have to cut though. You're at 104, so, and only 36 lands, and you're banking off the fact that you have the dual lands, right? I mean these modal cards. Yes. So I guess I'm going to have to see. You are the one that brought the conversation up about replacing the mobilized things. We know why you're here. At your floor, you're pretty good. Your floor is good. Okay, empty board. I get a body. I could swing and create another dude, but then it becomes a 2-power at best. In that sense, swing it as a 2-power, mobilize 1, easily chumped. But again, it's an experimental card. We're just testing it out to see how it flows overall. The floor is pretty shaky, right? I mean, even if the floor is kind of shaky, but after a board wipe, you follow up with this, then maybe follow up with your commander in 1 spell. But that's assuming you've never cast your commander before. Let's assume the worst scenario. You're dead. Because the worst scenario is you go board wipe, they Teferi's Protection out, they some indestructible thing counter your board wipe, or what if they board wipe? Okay, they board wipe, then now there's a clear field. Well, they're not just gonna board wipe unless they're really desperate, which means I'm already way ahead. Or we're a parity, which we're waiting for something to break parity. So if they're gonna board wipe at that stage, they have to have a follow-up play. So if they have a follow-up play and I play this on an empty board, what is their follow-up play? Is this strong enough to, well, it gave me a turn to block, but again, it's a 3 mana spell, so easier to cast. That's assuming you have the Pearl Medallion and everything, but it is a 3 mana spell, so it is a lot easier to cast. So you can double spell the turn after a board wipe with it. So that does make sense, right? All right. Let's put this over here. I don't like doing that. I like doing no. Let's leave it right there. Keep it back ahead. I don't like doing that. It is a maybe card. Again, it's an experimental card. Okay. Draw 2 cards. Oh. Okay. Gamble. Whew. Am I trying to gamble that much? Because I might as well just replace it with a land. I know it feeds into the graveyard, but I want more control over what I'm getting rid of. Right? Yes, I'd rather just do a land to be able to cast more spells, because it comes to play tapped anyway, and late in the game that's really bad. Because Fat Wood, yeah, you still get to draw a card, but that's for 3. Draw 1 card, basically get 2 energy that you're never going to use. Whoa, stop that! Don't say that. Go back up here. Let's see this. Yes, but that's 1 card. That's 1 card that uses energy. So yes, it synergizes with 1 thing. That's, okay. It's a bomb. Dude, I'm not saying it's not good, but it's 1 synergy, and I just think we can do so much better with that in this. If I'm going to take this out, I might as well just put a land in there, because having the land outweighs that. Oh, good, you have the card in your hand, but you can't cast it. You get a cycling land, then still get to discard and then draw, right? Yeah, I get to discard and draw. It's a tapped land, but it's late in the game. You should draw on a land. Yeah, it happens, but I'd rather that. Because every aspect of I get to use every aspect of it. But then, discarding that part. If I take this out, I'm just gonna put a land in there. Just gonna put a cycling land in there. Let's just let that be known, because that's really a land slot. That's a land slot. It's just what it is, because that's 36. That'll be 37, 38, 39, 40. So these 4 are land slots. It's basically a land slot. Alright, so that's 40 lands. So those are land slots. That's why they're there. Late game, cast them for a spell, or put the land down. So yeah, that's why it's there. It's a land drop. So it's staying because of that. Well, obviously she's staying. No, don't even look at her. Yeah, he's staying too. Well, it's staying in. I like this card. I do. And the fact that it gives lifelink to the tokens. But you're waiting a whole turn for it though, right? It's a 3-drop, yes, but you're waiting a whole turn. It doesn't do anything the turn it comes in. You have to wait a whole turn. War Leader's Call, yes, I agree. War Leader's Call is the same thing. It does the same thing. You still have to wait a whole turn, but not really, because if you put this on a board with a creature on it, with one creature, just one creature on it, that's good. The creature gets buffed, all right? You play this by itself, you cast anything, put a creature on it, boom, it does something right then and there, all right? There is no way to make this do something the turn you play it. Okay, fuck, I hate you. Okay, cool. That's the fact. There's no way to make this thing do anything the turn you play it, unless you're playing at some instant speed, and we don't have that, and we're not going to shift the build just to get to that, right? So yes, that's a notch against this. Because I don't like the card. I absolutely love this card, but I find it to be kind of slow. On the bright side, or the upside of it, is that it triggers your commander twice. So when you cast that, but that's only your commander though. No, the mobilize guys also. Alright, cool. Okay. Agreed. And the bestow guy also gives you prowess. Well, no, that's not prowess. No, that doesn't trigger on. No, that doesn't work. Okay, that doesn't work. Let's see this. Yes. Not much. Yeah, no. The only thing it really has going for it is the lifelink. I like the card. I love the card, but I only have 4 cards in here. Well, yeah, 4 cards in here outside of my commander that it's good with. Right? So 4 cards. Really 1 card. Because there's no guarantee I see any of these other cards. There's a guarantee I see my commander every game. Well, I have a chance. I have access to my commander every game. Whether I'm able to play it or cast it, that's a different topic. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 things that go off of that. Now, when they go off, they go off. And taking a turn off again to play it. I'm sorry. Yes, you come on. You cast it. The next spell you cast this turn, copy it. It could be a creature spell. 1 drop. I mean, you have to have at least 5 mana for that. Okay. So this is really a 5-drop. Okay, a 4-drop. This is really a 4-drop. This is really a 4-drop because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, hold on, wait. Okay. Do I want to cast that? Maybe as a finisher. Okay, 1. Good. 2. Okay. Copy that. Copying this doesn't do. Oh, well, it gives you 2 options. Yes. So 2 of these. Yes. 2 of these. Yes. Ooh. Barely Sands. It's legendary rule. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Yes, that's 5. That is 5. Because this and where are you, sir? No, where are you? 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 There you go. Oh, ma'am, my apologies. Yeah, I'm over here apologizing to a goddamn card. No, I don't mean to do that. All right, so Flame Grappler and this 5 mana. I get 2. 4 mana. I get 2 of these. 5 mana. I get 2 bestows. It's pretty good. That's like a turn minimum. Minimum turn 5, right? Because Hachi will do it. But then if you add the other maybe cost reducers or mana rocks, which I did remove the Chromatic Lantern, which I probably should put that one back in because this is a 3-color deck. And Chromatic Lantern, I know is kind of like a iffy, but oh, no, that's too much. You're going to La La Land now because yes, it gets great, but let's keep it real. So you're casting. It's a good spell. I misused it, and now I'm traumatized by it because I misplayed it. Okay, that's something that I caused, but it's a good spell. That first strike would have been better. All right, so I'm not gonna punish the card for my misdeeds. All right, now my honest story, so Spirit, I like you with the haste. I really do. Ooh, this is really good. I am going to make some damage. I'm going to be doing some damage. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, it's a removal spell also, and it's also one of the experimental cards. Yeah, you're staying. Yeah, that was a bad game. Yeah. Alright. I don't think anything on this side should be touched. No, I like this for the Ugin decks. If I can get this out and at least cast 1 or 2 spells and end up with a soldier that is a colorless, it's better. It's really better because then I can cast my commander and then use my commander to get the prowess up and go. So this goes around the Ugin decks really well. You just want to get it down and then cast a couple of spells to just give you a couple of creatures and you're good for that. Right? It really does handle the Ugins. At least you give you a fighting chance, and I like that. Okay. Yeah, I'm keeping this. 2 tokens, or yeah, I like this. Cause on empty board, that's 2 tokens. You can just, or you can just pretty much just pump it in our setup. Yeah, to cast something big from your graveyard. I like that. I'm keeping that. I do realize I am missing a board wipe. We're trying to be aggro, but this is arena. Let's be for real. creatures are going to die regardless because they're small. Well, they start off small, and then you have to cast a spell to make them bigger, which is good. And they might just die, but bringing them back with flying and with that evasion and that extra +1/+1 counter, including your commander, can be very devastating. But it's again on an empty board. There's also board wipe protection. They have to remove it before they remove everything else. Okay, time warp. I don't want time warp because I would rather this one over time warp. Target. See the target. See if I get Emrakul, right, and my opponent targets can use my hand, they'll give themselves an extra turn, right? But with temporal manipulation, they can't do that. They can counter it, they can copy it, that's fine, whatever, but they can't Emrakul it out of my hand, and give themselves a turn or anything like that. That's why I'm going with this over this, right? I can run both, but I would rather just, if I'm going to run one, I'm going to run the temporal manipulation. It's the exact same card, exact same mana value. The only difference is it just says take an extra turn. It doesn't say target player takes an extra turn. All right, so yeah, that's why I'm replacing that. It's pretty easy, straightforward reason why. That would not help me. Okay, let's take a look at you real quick. Ikanjao. I rarely ever use you, to be honest. And I think, yeah, that's fine. Island, do I even have one? A forest or a mountain? Holy crap. Yeah, this is, no, don't like it, no bueno. No bueno, too many activations, they do too much. I want to keep that to a minimum, right? It's good. There's too many utilities. It's still resource intensive, right? Yes, they do provide resources, but they also do require resources, and I want to minimize the amount of lands that do that. And those top ones, I honestly would probably prefer a basic to those. I really do. Okay, I still have to cut 3 cards, but yes, what I want to do here is, whilst I'm thinking and mulling over the cuts, I want to see the lands. Alright. Now this I like, right? It's a land that's a creature. Okay, I like this over Iganjo. I know Iganjo's pretty good. It does the move. I value, for this deck, I value the creature land over that, because the other thing about the creature land is it also dodges Ugins, and it dodges board wipes. It's a flyer. I like this better. If I'm going to be on an empty board, I would rather this, because it answers planeswalkers. It can block. It'll die, but it can die, but it can also block. I like this over Iganjo. So I'm going to put this in, and I'm going to take Iganjo out. I value the creature land over the removal land. Well, in this case, this particular, because it's 4 damage, whatever. I prefer the cave over that. Again, if I'm looking here, I will value the castle at Ardenvale. Again, creating a creature, sorcery speed, yes, but it can put something back. Well, it's not even sorcery speed, it's instant speed. So you can actually do this at the end of their turn. I value it more. So if I'm going to do a cast on Ardenvale, okay. So I'm not going to cut that land. I like Castle Ardenvale better. Castle Ardenvale better. But I might not put it. I might just have space for one of these, or I'm okay if they kill the commander. That's fine. This is another one I would prefer over that. Okay. Oh, hello. Oh. That's cool. See, I'm liking this here. This does a lot. I can cast it. It won't flip, but I do get creature off. I can actually flip it into a land. Oh, yeah, that's why. I already have a land that does that. Oh, no, I already have a land that does that. I don't want to do that again. All right, now here. Again, Otawara, another one that I don't like. I like this better. It's just a 7/7 blue giant with freaking ward 3, and then I'm just saying, like, can you imagine this thing, bro? I mean, it's way ahead, but I'm keeping Otawara just because it does help. So Otawara is safe. Yikes. Okay, no. Nope, we're gonna leave it at that. Now this one, I want to test this guy in this deck. Cast something, I guess rebound, but you have to wait till next turn. I don't think for this deck, or not yet. This I actually do like this one, but let's just leave it at that and scoot over to these guys. Hello, my pretty titties. Oh. It will cost what? Pay the 1 red to put into this to exert it. Boom. Okay. You get the red. Alright, so you have to have 2 reds. Or 2 red sources, right? No, you need 1 red source into this. Because it'll give you 2 red sources. Well, obviously 2 red sources. Right, and you play the other 2, give your commander haste. So you need to have 4. Yeah, you need to have 4 mana. Because you play 1 red to play into that, to tap it, that's a red. And then you need to have blue, white on the battlefield. And then boom, and then, yeah, it's possible. Yeah. Now, but how realistic is that in this deck? 1. So that's 1 right there. Yeah, this is going to go. And I'm going to increase you by 1. I know it creates the tokens, but I'd rather the land be the tokens. In that case, in that particular case, because it's a discard, right? Yes. Good. That increases my mountain count. And also, yeah, so that's be 3. See, too many things are relying on the mountain. See, too many things are relying on mine. That's 4. Yeah, I don't like the idea of that. So that's 5. What I'm gonna do is no, cancel. Sorry. What I need. Well, I'll put that in. I was going to take something out. All right. No, Arena of Glory. Yes, it's staying. I took that out to replace it with that. know what? It's okay. I'm gonna do a random cut, and I'm gonna cut from. No, I'm okay with the land stain. It's okay. Okay, no, I'm not doing all that extra stuff. Yeah, being very specific as to what I want to take out. Okay, you can stay. Alright, I think I like that. Yeah, we're not doing that. You're good, but that's not what we want to do. We're trying to get you dead before you realize what's going on. Yeah, I know. So, I think what we do next, I'm trying to figure this. Probably think a little bit more. I like this one just because of the harmonize, and when you cast a spell, it works really well with the prowess. It gets bigger, it makes it easier to tap something like one of the tokens or whatever that come in. Yeah, I'll leave this for now. I like the way it is. It's a flashback spell, which is something we were trying to do anyway. So we increased. Okay, so our average CMC is 2.6, pretty good. Land count 37, I think that's pretty good for 2.6. Okay. It's gonna go down because we're gonna cut 2 more cards. All right. This is gonna hurt. Evasion, too good. I do value evasion. Okay, I would do that. Because I did put a land in there. It's okay. Hey, little buddies. Okay. Where are you? General, is it? You know you don't have to put that card in. Oh. Well. Hello. How you doing? Let's see. Yeah, we'll do it. Whatever. It is what it is. There you go. Here you go. Alright, I'm good with that. So I think what I'll cut is no, you can stay, you're staying. Alright, I'll take 1. I know it's experimental, but in here I think I'll rather have that one. And I will cut. No, that's a draw spell. That's a big one. That's not it. I said it. Yeah. So to cut 2. Let me see something. Ooh, yeah. Good. Okay. Not good. Not good. You always have one of those in there. Where are you? Oh my God. this is gonna get a lot harder than I thought, because it's gonna get there we go. Here you go, here's one. Boom. Haha. Because then if I go here, no, but this is not a token. This is a promise that also does have token synergy. But for what I am looking for, this one here. No, it's fine. Yeah, that's it. That's all I needed. I don't think I wanted anything else for that. Okay, cool. Oh, so we gotta cut again. We are going to boy. Yes, it's tight. Pause. Alright. Everything in here is good. We just have to cut some cards that are going to be really good. Okay, so that's good. 37, 38. Mm-mm. 39. I'm okay with 39. Yeah, some of these I'm testing out. Too many creatures, 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 too many creatures. Okay, cool. Too many creatures. Too many creatures. Okay, whenever this creature will come by damage to a player, you gain 1 life or you draw a card. You can go. Okay. Too many creatures. I like this better. All right. Let's test that out. Let's see how that goes. I don't expect it to be perfect, but I actually do like the way it's looking right now. Ooh-wee. All right, let's see if all right, I'll keep this. It's okay. I'll just keep this. Yeah, we're playing this into this guy. Oh well. So alright, so what I want to do now is I'm gonna go you, for you, into you. Reasons why. It's funny, I talked about Ugin, and I just run into an Ugin deck. Beautiful. So, yeah, we're trying to take this guy out really fast. Really fast. This guy has to come down. That's fine. I think we go here. Play this. Swing that out. Now, good. That's fine, we don't care. Alright, so how do we win this now? If I go with this, everything gets bigger, and then I pump it, and I think they die. Yeah, let's go with this. Yep, that's it. That worked. That's exactly what we wanted to do. That is exactly what we wanted to do. That's what we wanted. That's how we want the deck to play. Just like that. Now that's crazy. Get the commander out. And yes, because now when you swing, you let everything has prowess. Pop up on everything. Then you cast. Oh, I get to cast this from the command zone. Whenever this enters, draw a card. So oh yeah, it's gonna need a target when it goes out. That's okay. Okay, because it's gonna need a target when the trigger goes on the stack. So yeah, I would have missed it. Well, I would have had to. No, because when everything happened, with all the trigger on the stack, when Narset goes to resolve, I could have targeted with this first. Well, no, because on attack, the trigger requires a target. So when you attack, the trigger required a target. Because that's what just happened, because it didn't give you an option to cast the instant. Prior to it selecting that, it selected it because I just wanted to put all the triggers on the stack, and then when Narset goes to go goes to go resolve, then I will then cast this, the barred hostility in order so that all these tokens will get the pump up. It'll go to the graveyard. Narset now would then pick it to then cast the barred hostility again, pumping them further. So that way your tokens get both benefits of that. That's what it's trying to do. But instead, it shows that, meaning if the trigger goes on stack, I have to have a valid target on when it goes on stack. No, I don't have to have a valid target, but I have to choose a target. Yeah, that's when I choose the target. Because the timing on this is a bit off. Because when I cast this, and this goes to the graveyard, can I now choose it? But we didn't get a chance to find out, so. Because I chose that, and then when I cast this, everything get pumped up. Now I want to know as to when this is in the graveyard now, can I now target it? Because then, if I can now target it, I can use it again twice. We know that now. But we don't know anything right now, so let's see. Who are we talking about? Yeah. So apparently Ali Sadiq, my bad. Ali Sadiq had a interview with Uncle Shay. Do we want to see that? Yeah, let's see that.
Well, I'm gonna get you and Cat together. Have a conversation. I'm gonna be there. I don't trust you.
I agree with you, and I shouldn't be trusted.
Yeah, no.
Because I know if you on some unmanly with me, I'ma sock you.
All my life, been grinding all my life.
Okay.
Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price.
Like that?
One slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my
right.
life, I've been grinding all my life.
Yeah, let's it again.
All my life, been grinding all my life.
Go.
Sacrifice, hustle, pay the price. One slice, got to roll the dice, that's why. All my life, I've been grinding all my life.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharp. I'm also the proprietor of Club Shay Shay. Today, we're at Jalisco Underground at Resorts World, Las Vegas. Stopping by for conversation and a drink today is one of the internet's most popular comedians. He has one of the most watched comedy specials ever on YouTube. He was once named Comedy Central's #1 comic to watch. The New York Times called him the comedy's best storyteller, a highly acclaimed veteran of stand-up, prolific writer, successful entrepreneur, a confident artist, a comedic genius, a great orator, commentator, producer, host, author, public speaker that tours nationwide. Coming all the way from H-Town, let's give it up for a comics comic, Mr. Ali Sadiq.
How you doing, my brother?
Appreciate you stopping by, bro.
No lie, Uncle Shay got some of the best intros for anybody, bar none. Well, the best intros. Anybody come on his show, you're gonna get one of the best intros.
How was that?
That was great, man. That was great. You put a lot in there.
Yeah. We like to make sure we give our guests when they come, they take time out of their busy schedule to grace us with their presence. We want to make sure we give them what they've earned. Not what you deserve, but what you've earned. And everything that I read off this card, you've earned it, bro.
Yeah,
so
thank
salute.
you, brother. Thank you.
I know you got off that brown a little while ago, so we go talk.
Man, man, that brown is different, man. That brown is different.
You see, I thought it was the gin, because see, when I was growing up, people tried this, they got angry when they was on that Seagram, that Tanqueray, then they turned to that Bombay, that Beefeaters, that Gordon's, but now it's the brown?
Man, it's that Hennessy, all that brown is difficult. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at you. I'm telling you, that brown is different, man.
It's different.
It's different. It give you a little.
It give you extra boost. You like just want to fight her.
Hey, I don't. Was you on that brown when you was with the Memphis Grizzlies? You got
No, if I was on that brown, it went down.
Hey,
ain't
bro,
no sense to be lying to you.
Let me tell you something. I don't know. You had on an oversized sweater.
Yeah.
And your back muscles were still showing on the TV. I said, man, this is what they don't want.
I mean, I went dark. Man, you ever been in a situation when you go dark? Like, I don't remember a whole lot. I just remember getting back. The security took me back, and it's like, you okay? You okay? You okay? And I remember thinking to myself, why y'all keep asking me about okay?
Hey man, because when I don't know if you did you go back and watch it?
No, I really haven't paid attention. I hadn't watched it.
You got up, and this game is loud. Like,
yeah.
what is y'all doing?
Yeah.
Man, and I don't know
I'm not
what was
interested in
said to
people
you,
that do slow
but
play.
you didn't agree with it.
It's a game, you know. It's not that important. You know, if you're going to sit here and slow play, you can have the win. Because clearly, it's what's really important to you. So, have a nice day. Whoever you are, I hope it was worth it. Enjoy. Next, please.
I forgot that. You know, sometimes you forget you in public that you say something, you're like, damn, I shouldn't have said that.
I've done it several times. My whole team is here because they know I generally get into it with athletes.
Really?
Because y'all be tripping.
How?
Man, you know y'all aggressive.
No.
I done got into it with so many athletes that I'm getting ready to do a special called Conflict. That's how many athletes I done got into it with. Just because y'all be, like, somebody asks you for a picture.
Yeah.
Are you a picture taker?
It all depends on how much time I got.
On where you at. And what time.
Right.
And I'm like that as well. So the thing, I don't like taking pictures when I'm with my kids.
Right.
If I'm out with my family, man, going on. You see I'm out with my family.
Right.
And I understand that. But if you in the luggage store.
Yeah.
And I see you.
It takes 5.
Man, me and Patrick Ewing, I see Pat. I'm a big fan. I had the Ewins and everything, the big suitcase shoes with the 33 on the back. I said, excuse me, Mr. Ewing, you think I can get a picture? That man looked at me like I was small, even though I'm small.
Yeah.
And I walked out the luggage store.
Felt even smaller.
And I couldn't take it. I came right back in there.
Come on, see, you doing too much, Ollie.
What?
You doing too much.
I had to come back in there and let him know how I felt. I had them big shoes. Man, you gonna take this with me? I had that party when you was in Georgetown. I thought I went off on Pat. And he was looking at me like, hey, what is wrong with little daddy? Man, because you didn't want to take no picture.
Did he take a picture?
Nah.
Nah, man.
Security put me out.
You were doing too much.
I'm getting escorted out of the Galleria.
Bro, how you get escorted out of a luggage store?
Messing with Pat.
No, but sometimes fans do too much. I was at where was that? JFK last week, and a dude just walked up to me, put his arm around me, and said, "Let's get this selfie."
Oh yeah.
He didn't ask, "Excuse me, Mr. Sharp, can we take a picture together?" Or sometimes they just get rude with it. We gonna take this picture.
Man,
we are
this Nigerian brother in the Adidas store. I'm in the Adidas store. That man hugged me. I said, "Bruh, let me go before I bite you in your face." He's like, "You just have to bite me." I'm a huge fan. Man, I said, "Bro, this boy," and I couldn't do nothing because he had, I don't even know why my arms was down. I don't even know they was down.
So you say you get on that brown, things happen when you were young, and you just, and you say that's all you drank was a double shot of that.
Double shots of Hennies. I never had a single shot. I started with doubles.
You ain't have it on the rocks?
No, straight.
Oh, you drinking warm hen?
Yes.
Yeah, you're trying to do something. You're trying to test some stuff up.
Is the bar, do it come?
That's why you got to put it on the rocks. You got to take some of that bite out of it.
Okay, if it's on the rocks, what's the difference gonna make? It's
a little cooler.
No, it ain't.
It's a little cooler. I'm telling you.
Well, it dilutes it a little bit.
I'm telling you, it's a little cooler.
I've been drinking Hennessy. I used to drink Hennessy. I'm talking about since I think I started. That was my first.
Right.
Now, St. Ives.
Oh, man,
I drank a lot of things. That Thunderbird with Kool-Aid in it.
So they have
my first. I think it was.
Well, we really ain't have no money back then because you drinking a Thunderbird.
Green bottle. Green bottle.
What's the price? $1 twice.
Mad Dog 2020.
Yes.
And
man, that's what winos were drinking though, Olive.
But what else? I didn't know nobody. I didn't know no other drinks. you get that Jubilee.
Okay.
Yeah. That Jubilee, and that go live.
Yeah.
Then you start drinking. I remember they came out with the 64 beers. Okay. At first I was just drinking a 40. You know what I'm saying? Then my partner would drink a 40, then put J.W. Weller's in there, J.B. Weller. He'll put that, it's a boiler maker.
Okay.
Now we drinking beer and liquor at the same time. So that's what really St. Ives was. Man, I used to be toe up. I used to be toe up. And I had to apologize to some people.
But you as a man that's small in stature, you drank it like you 6'8".
Hold on, Shannon, what you mean small in stature?
But I'm saying,
I'm a big dude.
I mean, I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna give you 5'6".
5'7".
But you drank like you
I need that extra like 5'7", but I was what?
133?
We're dead.
Nah, I wasn't that when I went to prison. I was about 115, 120. Yeah.
And you out there trying to boss up?
Man, I was But see, that's the thing. When you box, you.
Oh, so you a boxer?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm really never been
So
scared.
you
of
sweet
nobody.
with them hands, huh?
Nice with them. And my feet. See, boxing is in the feet.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is that when you know that you ain't scared of nobody, I had a grandmother that wouldn't let you run from nothing.
So it's not.
So you had to. You ain't no running.
It's not only
So you got
about
the box.
your
So it
CMC,
don't matter the
it's
numbers.
also about the-
Because my grandmother, man, I remember these guys were trying to jump on me, and I went home.
Right.
My sister was like, "What's wrong with you?" I said, "Some boys out there trying to jump on me." My sister said, "You gotta go back out there." I said, "Did you hear what I said?" Some boys are trying to jump on me.
Right.
She called my grandma. My grandma, I get on the phone. Said, "Put him on the phone." I said, "What's going on, girl? You tell me what's going on." I said, "Some boys out there trying to jump on me." She said, "How many is it?" I said, "About 8. They scared."
Because there's that many of them, huh?
I said, "What? They scared? How many do you have?" I said, "Just me." He said, "They scared." Now you go out there and you show them motherfuckers why they shouldn't be fucking with you. And my sister,
She gassed you up with her not there.
my sister walked out there with me and said, "Hey, I ain't gonna let nobody get behind you." And she was right. They were scared. See, if you
once you teed off on one of them,
no, don't even run, because I'm chasing you down now. My thing is, if you got a bunch of people with you, you only talking because you got a bunch of people.
Correct.
Just like with dudes with all these crews. If I show up, I got a problem with you, I'm gonna show up by myself. And we gonna dance. I don't care how many people you got with you, because you're scared, not me. You know what I'm saying? I done lost before and I done won before. So it's I don't have no rules of that. It's no person that's ever gotten in a fight with me that want to fight me again. Even if they won, they don't want to fight me again. They be like, "Nah, I'm cool. I'm cool." Because that's a hard way to go. So when
That's a hard W, huh?
Yeah, when I went to prison, oh man, I'm in your mouth so fast. They like, "Yo, little daddy right there got them hands, bro." And I'm like, I'm 51 now, and I'm still in the gym.
You still in the gym getting it in?
Still in the gym getting it in.
So what was the craziest night? Okay, you normally be on that hand. So what's the craziest thing that happened to you one night?
Oh man, I gotta apologize to Carl Thomas, man.
Kill that.
Hold on, not on Martin.
No, that's Carl Payne.
Okay,
Carl Thomas, the singer.
Come on, how you beat up the?
I didn't beat up Carl Thomas. Carl Thomas. This is how crazy it was. I'm at this club called the Roxy, and they give me to host this concert. Carl Thomas is in concert, and they in the rules, Ali, you cannot have a drink until after 12 o'clock, because they know I used to be on them double shots of Henny.
Oh man.
Oh, my partner Steve Nice is DJing, and Carl is supposed to be on at 11 o'clock. So I ain't drink nothing. 12 o'clock come. I ain't drink nothing. Carl show up late. 12:15. I start drinking. Carl get there at 12:45. I am 3-4 doubles down. I'm in the DJ booth, and I'm in there. I'm lit too. I'm in there lit.
Now you gotta take care of both.
Fast. I'm lit fast. And I had just performed with Carl Thomas the night before in Dallas.
Boy, I think this is better.
I ain't say nothing. Man, they say, "Hey, Carl ready to perform." I go right on stage. "Hey, y'all, listen here. Carl is finally here. Mr. Summer Rain."
You don't bust a man out like that?
I'm just saying he finally here.
Okay.
Hey, y'all getting ready for the concert. Y'all give it up for recording artist Carl Thomas, and he walking on stage. I said, "Damn, Carl, you got the same Gucci pants on from last night?" Just see it. Give me this goddamn mic. And I know Frankie Beverly wear the same stuff.
That white, bless his soul.
Bless his soul. I performed with him a lot. But man, I didn't have to say that.
You did.
About Carl Thomas. Carl see me 2 years later in Harlem in this club. My boy doing this club, he wanted, "Hey man, let me introduce you to one of my partners." We walk in, it's Carl Thomas, and Carl look at me. I don't like this. We made up since, because he live in Houston.
Right.
Man, that's my partner now. But he remember that night I said that about them Gucci pants. Now, somebody can say that about me now. I wear Gucci all the time.
Right.
But not the same
to back.
thing. Not back to back, not same.
So let me ask you this: what makes people get more violent? The double shot of hen or the Mexican margaritas?
Double shots of hen. Double shots of hen. That Mexican margarita. Oh, I don't know what's in it, but this is a spot in Houston that they won't even serve you more than 2 of them.
That's it.
You can't even trick nobody into getting you another one. Oh, it's crazy. And I have drank 2 of them.
Right.
And thought I had left. Still in that parking lot. Sun beaming through that. And this is when I'm towed down. I don't know what's in it. Everything is in it, probably. But it's crazy.
So let me ask you this. When you tried to holler at Lil' Kim, were you on that double shot?
I was on that hen. Full of it. Had a Hennessy IV.
And you just walked. So how you approach Lil' Kim?
Man. I'm with Bad Boy. Diddy ain't there. Okay. This ain't no Diddy party. Okay. We in Amnesia in Miami.
Okay.
I've been drinking all day. Me, Sean, Prez, GT, I've been drinking all day. I knew I was tripping because I had came out of Gloria Stefan's restaurant.
Okay.
Walking out and running into Quincy Jones. Grabbed Quincy Jones because he with 2 bad foreign white girls. And I grabbed that. I said, "You look cold as." I ain't got no to grab Quincy Jones, man. And I'm drinking all day. Get to the spot. Shine is performing because this is right before Shine about to go to jail.
Right. Okay.
He has a show in Houston, coming up the next week when we leave there. I see Lil' Kim, and I had just read in that article that Kim say she like regular dudes. And at this time, I'm a regular dude.
That's you.
And man, I see Kim. I tell my partner, I say, "Hey, I'm finna go holler at Lil' Kim." He said, "For what?" I said, "Cause she like regular dudes." Everybody bigger than you. I'm coming through. Excuse me, partner. Let me slide through. Hey man, get to this her biggest body. He got his hand in my chest. Say, "Look, Daddy, where you going?" I said, "I'm finna holler at Lil' Kim. She like regular dudes." He started laughing. He said, "Go on there." I get right over there and say the wildest I ever said in my life. I get right in Kim's face. I said, "Biggie Dad, what we doing?" And then sling me out of that club.
Lord, of all the things you could have said, hey Kim, my name is Ali. I just want to holler at you. How you doing? I heard you like regular dudes. I'm your guy that you're looking for. That's what you came up with?
That's all I had. It was the Hennessy. It wasn't me. I apologize, Kim.
It was the Hennessy.
Saw again on the Tom Joyner cruise, and a bouncer was like, "Ali, don't you start that shit.
Leave it alone."
I was like, "I don't even drink no more. I don't even drink that no more. I'm good." Man, but she was, man, I was wild on that Hennessy. I was a wild man.
You drink anything now? Or you don't drink at all? Or you get away from the brown? It's just the brown that you stay away from?
I stay away from the brown. I like water, but I will partake in a margarita here and there. And don't nobody get in trouble on the margaritas.
But it's tequila and margaritas.
Not when you had one.
But your problem wasn't the double shot. It was the problem you just couldn't have one double shot. It was 2, 3, 4 double shots.
It was the Hennessy. Hennessy is a problem. Okay, name all the pleasant stories you ever heard on Hennessy. All Hennessy stories always, man, I almost died last night. All of them.
Yeah. Oh, you want to come out your clothes and fight for sure.
And why you gotta take your clothes off?
You know how we do. We gotta come up out the shirt because you sweating.
Man, see, that's the problem. You sweating. The liquor's in your pores now. Now you're extra violent. Can't nobody talk to you.
Being from H-Town.
Yes, sir.
Man, look at Beyonce, Travis Scott. I mean, all the guys. I mean, is there anybody from like Houston that you haven't met that you would like to meet, or you done met everybody? Because that's what that's your doc.
Anybody from Houston that I would like to meet that's from the H.
You probably done met everybody.
No, I don't think nobody from the H I need to meet. Like everybody from the H. Like everybody that I want to meet.
Right.
Yeah, man, Andre Johnson.
Why you always want to? You like athletes but want to fight them?
I don't want to fight all the athletes. The ones who be tripping.
Just because they don't want to take no picture with you, they tripping.
It ain't about the picture. It's about sometimes people's mouth get them in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
They underestimate because they look at you and look at you as small. Okay. They're like, man, get out of here a little bit.
How he always trying to fight everybody?
Come on, bro.
And that's a mistake. That's a mistake because the uppercut come from up under.
That's the one you can't see now.
I'm gonna put my whole thing into it. I don't really get into it with the. I don't get into it with the cool ones. Like one of my cool people is somebody who most people get into it. Bernie Mac.
We saw it go off.
I ain't never got into it with Bernie. I don't even know what they talking about. I'm like
Mac sometimes be on some bullshit.
He be on some bullshit. But that's my man, though.
Yeah.
That's my man.
So, I can see y'all get along because y'all got a very similar personality.
Yeah.
I can see how y'all rock with each other.
I rock with Max. Posey, Nick Van Exel, all Shaq, anybody that live in Houston. Shaq owe me $1,000.
What do he owe you for?
Man, Shaq's first album.
Yeah.
He getting his hair cut at Robert Young's salon on Richmond. I started this club called Just Joking right across the street. So I'm in Robert Young's salon all the time. Shaq coming in, Adiza coming in, and he talking about his album. And I said, your album ain't gonna be good. He's like, I bet you get my album, you gonna like every
First of all, that's messed up, Ali.
Song on there. So I get the album.
Okay, how many songs you like?
Two.
How many songs was on the album?
Probably 40. I don't know, but I know 2 of them was good.
Okay.
And I say, I come right back and I'm waiting on it. I say, Shaq, 2 songs. You lying. 2 songs I like. That's it. Where's my money? Still to this day, every time I run into him, I just look at him.
You just said you might have liked more. You might have liked about 6 or 7 of those songs.
No, I did not like 6 or 7 of them songs. You go back and listen to that first album. You didn't like 6. You ain't even hear it. That's the crazy thing. You an athlete. You ain't even support it. Yeah. See that? So you ain't listen to it.
I didn't.
And you know the song with the food stickers, and you heard him freestyle. That's about it.
Okay, we're good with that.
He good at freestyling.
All right, that's fine. We are fine.
You don't think he good at?
When you don't know rappers, yeah.
That's fine.
If you don't know rappers, yeah. So he good at freestyling. So what is?
There you go. Well, answer me this. Why are so many people moving to Houston? I think Drake is moving. Didn't Drake just buy a place in Houston? Or he's moving to Houston?
He's not like us.
There you go. Come on, man.
I'm just saying, he's not like us.
First of all, since you brought that up, why they turn on Drake like that, man?
I was, this is me, and people who know me know this. I really wasn't a Drake fan like that.
Okay.
Because he was always selling something that I already heard. So I'm a real hip hop person. I've been around as long as hip hop. Right. So you can't give me a rendition of somebody else's style and think I'm rocking with it. I'm just not. He sounded like short on this.
That was gonna
he
happen
sounded like this person. And then when you being from the H, I don't honor you stealing anything from us. Like chopped and screwed, any of that, anything that we created, and you don't pay homage to us from getting it, I got a problem with that. I've always had a problem with that.
But what about all the people that he put on, all the people that he helped up out the mud?
Who?
Man, come on, Ollie, don't do that now. Don't do that.
I don't know who he helped.
You do though.
No, I really don't. Because was it from Houston? Who did he help? He didn't help. Okay, UGK was UGK.
Yeah.
Face is Face.
I'm talking about all the guys that went at him this summer. I ain't talking about the old guard. No, he didn't help the old guard, but I'm talking about a lot of the guys that he helped that went at him this summer. Not just K-Dot, because he brought K-Dot on tour with him. But he helped a lot of other people.
I don't know who all this man helped. I'm in my own world. I don't know who all he helped. Give me somebody.
But here's the thing: you don't know who he helped, but you know what he stole. You don't rock with it like that.
I hear the style. I can hear the style. It's on the radio. They pumping him on the radio. And then when you say certain things, you know it. Man, your
what
blackness.
got you turned? What got you? Okay, that aside. Okay, maybe it's because you say he biting people's style and you've heard that style before. But what is it about Drake that rubs you the wrong way? Because it's more than the style.
That was just the style. I didn't have no other problem with the man. I know. In Houston, man, it was some things that didn't happen in the H that other people had problems with him. Sauce Walker had problems with him. You know, I wasn't in it. But the thing is, when you talk about our style, you know, our style is very unique and we get overlooked. And that's the other part of it. You can come and take something from a place that gets overlooked anyway. If you don't put no shine on, that's why I never left Houston. I wasn't going to LA or New York to do nothing. I'm H-Town. I didn't think that LA or New York had the pattern on who was funny or not. So why go there?
Right.
And give them all this recognition. And then the other thing is, when I make it, because in my mind, I was going to make it, so LA and New York get all of the contribution, everything I put into it. So I spend my money there. I'm gonna do everything. What about the people from my city that's not gonna get a chance to see me because I done moved away? I'm from here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the people that's from where I'm from gotta see me. In the grocery store, at the bodega, you know what I'm saying? Walking up the street. So they can benefit from it. Hey, Ali, how did you do such and such? Oh man, this is how I did it. I'm not going somewhere else where everybody's trying to do that. Nah, I'm H-Town all day. All day.
It's funny that you say that because we've seen a lot of rappers try to go back to their home and it doesn't end up well.
Like I said,
why do you think that is?
They didn't cultivate their area from the beginning. I'm not in this space where I've helped everybody that ever asked me for help, I've helped. And some people who didn't ask me, I helped. Because sometimes my help comes when you don't know it.
Okay.
I'm in a room and I bring you up. Hey, you can get this person that. Don't tell them that I said it. Just get them. The thing is, if you don't cultivate your neighborhood, now you can't go back. Man, I can go anywhere in Houston. Who got a problem with me? Nobody. I live here. I love here. This is my space. So if you didn't do that, then no, you can't come back. No, you can't come back unless you're coming back with a purpose to love your city. I don't think none of this is what's so unique about Houston. We see, that's why I don't know a person that I would like to meet, because I see everybody.
Right.
And we don't run around with no entourages and all of this nonsense. I'm in a safe space in my city.
Right.
I don't have no problems in my city. If you in your city, you got problems, what did you do?
But you know, everybody's not happy for your success, Ali. Everybody's not.
But when you have so many people that are, it's probably people that hate me, but you gonna say something, then somebody else gonna say, for what?
Right.
They gonna question your hate.
Mm-hmm.
If you ain't got nobody questioning your hate, then something wrong. I don't have to always defend myself.
Mm-hmm.
The city will defend me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The people that know me, it's people in the city when I said something about a situation, I don't even know him. And people like, you don't know him? Oh, you must be young. You must be young.
Right.
You gotta be. And then the young people that know me like, wait a minute. You do know that he did such and such and such and such. I'm a charitable person and I don't need a camera to record it.
Right.
If I give some charity, I don't need to post it and none of that. And me and Marcus D. Wiley, as my partner, we was together one time. He said, hey man, you know what you just did, people have a camera and they need to point.
Yeah.
And I said, God recorded it.
Yes.
I don't need.
That's how I am. I like to do, and because the question that you have to ask yourself is this: if you did something that was special, and no one told you it was special, would you still feel special?
Yeah.
There you go. That's your answer.
Yeah, because just like this, domino effect 1, 2, 3, and 4, the first ever special. I'm the first comic ever in the world to do a special that's all connected, a 4-part series special. People don't recognize it, but it's still special.
Right. You believe it's special, that's all that matters.
And that's what matters to me.
The Ghetto Boys came out with a song, Mind Playing Tricks on.
Yeah.
Why do you relate to that song so much?
Man, this is just... I was friends with Bushwick. I'm friends with Willie D now. I just got off the phone with him. Friends with Brad. So Mind Playing Tricks on You. First of all, the beat was crazy.
Yeah.
And that what he was they were rapping about.
Really?
This is a lot of times people's life.
Why are we in Hell Q?
You know what I'm saying?
Why are we in Hell Q?
Think that you something and you not. Your mind is actually playing tricks on you.
Why are
So
we in Hell Q?
to stay grounded in reality is what this song was really about. You know what I'm saying? So, and that man said, I pulled in the Popeyes and bailed out quick. If it's going down, let's get it over with. And that's a slogan for me.
We know you're going to kill it. Just go ahead and do the killing so we can move on to the next game, please. This exaggeration of, oh my God, am I going to do it? It's pretty annoying. That's fine. Hey, where are you? Oh, toughness. It was 3, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's 3. Alright, so I guess I just take you. Board wipe is fine. It's a mandatory board wipe here.
If it's going down, let's get it over with.
Take that.
I've never. I wish I was scared of somebody, Shannon. I really wish I was, so I can understand that.
Did you
feeling.
always have that mentality?
Yeah. Yep. I've been a small man in stature, like you say. But you know, I was, first of all, Shannon, I was big. I've been 5'7" since like
7th, 8th grade.
Before that, like about
Damn.
6th grade.
Wow, they just had everything.
And I was a center. I started off playing center. I was a 5. That's what they come.
In basketball?
Yeah, I was a 5. And over one summer, it's like everybody went to sleep, and then I was a 1. Out of nowhere. My first position playing football, inside linebacker, right inside linebacker. And I was vicious. I knock your head off because I don't have no regard for my own self.
Right.
So I'm out there, inside linebacker. Then I went from that to receiver. Then I went to cornerback. You know what I'm saying? And it was all.
You couldn't catch. That's why you went to cornerback, huh?
No, I wanted to hit people. I can still catch now. Shannon, the difference is between, like, now you talk about today's supposed to be thug and rappers and all this supposed to be in the streets. All right. They're not athletic, so I don't believe them. Because growing
When
up,
you saw Drake hooping, Drake be hooping.
I got who?
Drake.
I got.
Let him rain in the gym. You saw it. You saw it too. See it. Breezy be dropping, Davey. All them boys be hooping. hooping.
Stop.
Chains hooping.
Stop it, Sharon. Stop it.
Oh, man.
BVD can hoop. Brian McKnight can hoop. These boys can't even catch.
They might not can catch.
Man,
they might not can catch a football, but
they can't catch a baseball, a tennis ball. They can't catch a cold.
I've seen Drake put it in the basket.
Man,
you did too.
No, I did not. I did not see this man put nothing in the basket.
He probably beat you one-on-one.
I doubt it.
I don't.
You're not gonna skip. You're not gonna skip me. See what you're doing? You trying to do a skip this?
No, I'm just saying. I've seen that man hoop. I've seen some of these other. I've seen Breezy hoop. I've seen J. Cole. Give you that work.
You think J. Cole gonna give me that?
Wow.
Work.
Man.
Just like we would say, work.
I'm gonna put J. Cole in the post. Throw it to me.
How you gonna be in the post at 5'7"?
And I'm still a big man.
Spud Webb couldn't post up.
That's Spud Webb.
Unless he posted up Webster. Gary Cole.
Chris Paul can post up.
Chris Paul 6 foot.
What that mean?
Ain't no 5'7" post players. That's what that means.
Man, I put that man on my hip. Put that work on left and right hand. You finna get these boys. You finna get these boys in trouble.
Oh Lord.
So the thing is this: why they don't do the celebrity basketball games like they used to in All-Star?
They do. They just had it,
man. Did you see BVD? Did you see these boys hoop? These boys was nasty. Brian McKnight to get them boys at work right now. I'm talking about real hoopers.
No, he ain't trying to do that. He should win. The NBA love to have Brian McKnight out there.
Man, Master P can hoop.
Yes.
Not these new boys can't. Have you ever seen them in a softball game? They can't catch. You trying to get these new boys?
I think what Travis Scott has a softball game.
No fathers. They can't catch. Their father ain't do nothing with them.
Oh Lord.
They can't catch.
Can I ask you? Oh, let me ask you this. Let me transition to this. You and Pimp C almost get into it. What was that about?
He was talking crazy to my sister. He was young. He was a young boy. He was talking crazy to my sister.
Your sister told?
Yeah, and I saw it. I'm in the club. Okay. At the time, you gotta think. I'm already a dope boy.
Okay.
I'm in the streets already, Shan.
Okay.
This man is a rapper.
Okay.
Young boy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already mad aggressive. Because I'm already in the streets. See, I've been in the streets since 88.
I know.
Yeah, since 88.
And 40 years.
I'm not one of these guys. I used to listen to these guys when I came home, 1997. I've been in the streets since 88. 88. I'm already doing things.
Right.
And stuff I won't say on camera, I'm already doing things.
Right.
And I'm a problem. So when they rapping, that ain't got nothing to do with what I'm actually doing.
Okay.
What I'm actually doing.
You real in them streets, they talking about the streets.
I'm already in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So like now when I listen to people, I be like, man, that's what y'all really?
But y'all cool now?
He did.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Did y'all make peace before?
We went to the same barber and all that. Big shout out to Nick. We went to the same barber for a while.
Glad, bro. I'm glad you made peace with that.
I made peace with mostly everybody. Mostly.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get to that a little later. So help me understand. You went to the strip club with Moses Malone.
Man, Big Mo. What's up, baby? He gone too.
Yes.
Man.
How did you meet Moses Malone?
Anthony Colbert Sr.
Okay.
First person to ever invest in my career. He bought me some headshots. I started doing stand-up. He said, hey man, you gonna need some headshots. And he sent me to this guy named Montague, who was the same person that was shooting Destiny Child.
Okay.
And I knew that them pictures was expensive because the man is named Montague. Anybody named Montague is definitely charged.
Yeah.
His name is Montague, and he had some circle glasses.
Right.
And I said, yeah, this is high quality.
Right.
Great headshots. Him and Moses, very, very close friends.
Okay.
I learned a lot hanging out with Moses and Anthony Colbert Sr. Anthony Colbert Jr. is my accountant, my close friend. We own a food truck park together, 4501 Alameda. When his father passed, before his father passed, he told me and Anthony to always stick together. So man, y'all always stick together. So we do. But man, Moses would want to go to the strip club to have lunch. This spot called Treasures. He want to have lunch. So I go with him, me, Anthony Sr. We in the strip club, and I'm thinking that they going for the strippers. This buffet in this strip club was amazing.
Yeah, people see, when you tell people that, people think you lying. I mean, the thighs are nice too, though. But the food is really good. Magic City, you ever been to Magic?
I've been to Magic City.
The food, tell me the food they busted.
I didn't eat no food in Magic City.
Why you there then?
Because I was with some other people. Man,
they wasn't hungry?
I didn't eat no food in Magic City. I was like, I'm not a strip. What's crazy is I'm not a strip club guy.
I ain't either. But if I'm there,
I don't want the strippers dancing on me.
You don't want no booty juice on your chicken?
I can't. I just don't.
What you mean dancing on you? What's wrong with you, Ollie? What?
They ain't got. Where's the shower at? They been in there all day. Where's the shower?
Look, they do a couple things.
Don't be wet wiping nothing and sliding on me, man. I just can't. Man, on my clothes. These clothes cost something. I don't want you on me like that.
Man, they go down and freshen up after about two or three
up with what?
They got showers down there.
Ain't no shower. Where the showers at?
Well, I'm gonna call Madge after I get up here and ask you.
Yeah, ain't no showers in them spots. These girls going down there changing into them same bathing suits. Just
wipe. Okay,
man,
they doing a little bird bath. Look, bird bath.
Man, Shannon, no. I don't know bird bath broad on me.
You do it too much.
Just in there, bird bath, and just vagina, all that bacteria, vaginosis all on me. I don't want all that going on me, man. Ooh, I throw my money from a distance. Like a bait. I pitch my money to them. I will. Let me tell you something.
Not the fact I'll pitch my money to them is ridiculous.
That's what I thought.
No, let me tell you. Hey, V Live. I was in V Live one time throwing. I'm in that. I love the Making It Rain. The Making It Rain came out.
Yeah.
Because you can throw your money up in the air.
Yeah.
And that's it. You don't need nobody dancing on you.
Dude,
even this girl,
you
man.
got it though.
God rest his soul, man. Victo and Eric, I would come to their spot, and they know, they know how to get me. They know how to get me. It was a girl named Tammy the Tiger.
That's fine. You can take it.
What she do?
Ooh, she wild. I'm talking about. Ooh, and the first time I didn't even know she was no dancer. I saw her in the Roxy. She just in the Roxy, looking great. I would send her Merlot because she drank Merlot. Man, I found that girl was a dancer. I went down to that club.
All right, we out.